Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joining alongside J DAWG.
Mike, I would say it's good to see you, but I've seen a lot of you over the last few days.
You have. Oh, my camera's blurry. We just got back. Well, we got back Sunday, late night Sunday from a wedding in Key West. I'm still recovering, as you can probably hear.
Mike got COVID in Key West.
Something. It's Wednesday, feeling a little better. Still haven't gone to the gym or done anything yet, but feeling better. What? How was the wedding for you? Should we shout out Sam for his wedding?
Shout out the rich friend. He's co-hosted the show a few times. He got married. We all have a friend, and we don't know if that friend's getting married. We have a few of those. I might be one of them, but Sam is definitely one of them. Sam may be higher on the list than me at certain points of our life. And Sam decided to get married, and we're happy for him. He has a great wife in Georgia, great ceremony. Yeah. He really just deferred to Georgia. I think it was whatever Georgia wanted to do this weekend. It's all about the new wife, and I think he's got it right? Happy wife, happy life. He's already had a good start to it.
Yeah, and we were in Key West. I feel like a lot of people don't visit Key West. Now, I feel like I've only been dropped off at the port of Key West. I've never actually spent time in Key West before. It's just mainly drinking, and that's it. It is all about drinking. There's nothing else going on other than drinking.
Yeah, it's like Bourbon Street in a tropical environment. Not a lot of beaches. You can go on a boat. We went on a boat. You can see beauty around you, but it's not beach centric. Where a lot of these tropical island places are more beach centric, which maybe I prefer a little bit more. The sun shining, the outdoors, open container, lots of bars, lots of nudity, lots of drug use. Really a hippie town. Anything goes in Key West. So remote. You said it's Wednesday. It feels like Monday still. I feel like we just got back yesterday the way, some of us, Mike, not everyone, not you, but some of us drove from Key West to Miami.
Yeah.
Well, we got to experience all the Keys. Someone didn't go to all the Keys this week, and it was you.
Yeah, I didn't go all the Keys. I flew from L.A. to Key West. I recommend the flight from Miami to Key West very quick, but on the flight home, I had to go through Dallas, which we found out when we landed in Dallas. We thought it was only going to be a 2.5 hour flight from Dallas. 3.5 hour flight. So it just felt like our day was never ending on our flight home.
Well, my day truly never ended when I was delayed for hours at the airport. But shout out American Airlines. Listen, I'm not a big fan of that airlines. I'll be honest about it. We are loyal to other airlines, but American Airlines came through in a nor'easter. The captain said, guys, it's a nor'easter. I don't know if they're going to let me land this thing. And they did, and they delivered just a few hours late. So props to American on that. Mike, I feel like we actually learned a lot. Right before the wedding, we met some NFL fans in Key West, and they were Ravens fans, and we learned a lot. And we like to bring our sources to the people. And the report that we got from these Ravens fans in Key West, they're very plugged in, season ticket holders, big fans, the whole thing.
Sure,
One, they want Harbaugh out, and that's not surprising. Harbaugh hasn't won a playoff game in a while, never made it to the Super Bowl, the whole 9 yards. They want Harbaugh out.
Can we say something? We did not prompt this man to do it. It was a casual exchange between our mutual friend, a Steelers fan, and a Baltimore fan, just passing by at the wrong bar that he got us to because we were supposed to go to the other bar.
The wedding party, were late to the wedding ceremony because we were at a bar ordering pitchers and conch fritters. The most Key West thing you could do, actually.
Yeah. So this man just started screaming at us, get Harbaugh out of there. We don't want him. He was pissed. And he also said, get Lamar out of there too. Burn the whole thing down. We got to start over. That's what he wanted. And
I didn't like that. I wanted to give him a sobriety test at that point because when you're asking for Lamar to leave, who's better? He's the second or third best quarterback in the NFL. And then this man went even further and said, I want Joe Flacco back. And I said, the old Joe Flacco? And he said, the current Joe Flacco. The current Joe Flacco who's 40 years old. And that is a dog whistle for racism because that man wanted Lamar Jackson out, current Lamar out, and current Flacco in. And that is unacceptable. So any Ravens fans out there getting drunk in Key West, you can call for your coach to leave all you want. Don't call for Lamar because that was crazy talk.
Question, if Flacco beats the Steelers tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, we're recording this on Wednesday, if he beats them, will you rescind your comment of saying that? Because I feel like if Flacco performs tomorrow night, you might be like, maybe the guy was right. Maybe Flacco should go back.
I mean, Flacco, no. It's versus Lamar right now. Lamar is legit. The Ravens are in the gutter. Look how bad the Ravens are. I feel like this Ravens record makes Lamar look so much better because it's like, wow, this quarterback's been putting on his cape and saving this team from looking awful for years. Flacco can beat the Steelers on Thursday night simply because Mike Tomlin blows games he's supposed to win. I thought that 5-point line against the Browns last week, maybe it was possible, but the Browns don't have an offense. Flacco and Jamar Chase are actually a functioning offense, it looks like.
Also, you know what I'll say? I'm going to give a shout out to American Airlines as well. No TVs on my flight, but you're allowed to like go on your phone and stream live TV. I had Red Zone. I think I watched more focused football on my flight that whole day than I have since James was born. I was locked in. All I had to do was watch football, Red Zone all day on the airplane.
Okay, and that's great for a Sunday parent. Maybe you should fly every Sunday. Have you considered just flying every Sunday somewhere, round tripping
8 hours all day long?
Yeah, Red Zone,
I gotta
get
go
some Sky Miles.
East, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should. But Mike, I think American Airlines actually shit the bed in a few ways. Because one, you have to have your own screen, and that's a problem because Delta would never. Delta would never make you pull out your own screen. They have seat back screens on most of their flights by now. So American, draining my own battery, didn't appreciate that. Number two.
Plug. There's a plug right below your phone.
There was a plug. I don't know. I don't want to use my own devices. I didn't have an iPad. I just had my laptop and then my phone. So I was like, which one do I use? I stuck with my phone for mine. I don't know. But the second part of that, Mike, no free Wi-Fi on American Airlines? Only for T-Mobile users?
Crazy.
One, who's a T-Mobile user? The next T-Mobile user I meet will be the first one. It's like Chargers fans. They don't exist.
Why does T-Mobile have a lock on the airline industry? Every time you go on a flight, it's like T-Mobile users, free internet. It's like,
I know.
Why only T-Mobile on even on like Southwest, all these flights, it's even Delta, I think, offers like higher speeds if you have T-Mobile.
But Delta is usually free Wi-Fi for Sky Miles members. And American was trying to charge me $18 for an hour.
I know. It was pretty solid. You know what? It didn't drop. I had Red Zone full, no delays the entire flight over the Gulf.
Over the water.
Over the water. Our flight was Key West to Dallas. The only way there is through the water.
And most people don't get it, but we are so far from American Airlines people. Like, we are not that. We are bougie travelers. We are credit card people. Normally, we're Delta. I'll just say it. We're Delta people. And Delta's the best airline. It just caters in the best way. It's the best experience in the seat. It's the best upgrades, the best credit card, the best on-time flights. American, not known for any of that, but they got us where we needed to go, so we appreciate it.
I will say the airline point game is tough because you have to commit. You can't be like an American Airlines, like you were telling us. I mean, we could go into it all, but you were telling us you're like a Marriott guy, so you don't use the Amex points for certain things, but we get perks through Amex for hotel stays and everything. It's a crazy game to play. It's almost like you spend money. How do you get the most out of it? And it's very confusing for a lot of people. For me too. I mean, it's like transfer partners, everything.
It is. I like gamifying it. Of course, put a scoreboard on anything and I'm in.
Sure.
But the credit card game is a lot to understand. Mike, another thing that we learned, I feel like maybe a day after we got back, was the Buffalo Bills might not be the team we thought they were. It's one thing to lose to Drake May and the Patriots. It's another thing to lose to Michael Penix at night in prime time on ESPN. Didn't love that Bills performance on Monday night.
It's weird I'm going back through. We still have one survivor pick left in the game, and I was going through the picks, and it's like, how did we play these teams? These are all really bad teams. We've played New England, the Rams, Detroit, Green Bay. Like all these teams had losses under their belt, and it's just lucky that we got this far. But I don't know who's good anymore. That's it. I don't know who's good. I hit some bets last week. By the way, I am 10-9, so. I'm in the money, 10-9 so far with my bets.
It was a rough start, so you're now a winning record. That's big.
Winning record so far. But yeah, I don't know who's good. I don't know. That game was crazy. I did bet it live because I saw
you bet the Bills again because you did that against the Patriots. You bet on the Patriots, was it? And this time, did you bet on the Bills or the Falcons? I bet on the Bills
because it dropped down to a 10% chance going into halftime. I'm like, this is the Bills here. Like, you're telling me I can put $25 down for $150? Yes, please, sign me up. I did it.
21-7 at halftime.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to get it, but they didn't get it. It felt like the calls were going the wrong way some of the time. Like there were moments.
Are you saying this game was not rigged? Because the previous game you said was rigged, right? Was this one not rigged or rigged?
It's weird. I feel like a lot of like really hardcore gamblers, there's some that follow referees, and some referees favor home teams or certain divisions or certain quarterbacks. Obviously, with Kansas City, it's like all over the place. Like they get the most favorable calls out of the whole NFL. But there are some refs that like will call more or will say that's not a penalty or whatever, holding calls, stuff like that. So I don't know. It's we got to look into that because that's definitely something we need to keep track of because this is happening quite a bit. A lot of upsets.
I know you love the Pablo Torre investigations. I saw an investigation over the weekend. Again, it was a Key West wedding weekend. I can't even tell you exactly where I saw it. Maybe New York Times, a little fuzzy-headed. Oh. But they did a study of the Kansas City Chiefs from 2015 to 2023, and it turns out they had the biggest officiating bias, the biggest officiating advantage in the NFL for that 8-year period where they just happened to rattle off Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Maybe they would have won without the officials' advantage, but I don't know why the league has to give the most impressive team the advantage also.
I don't know. It's something almost like, I don't think there's a discussion of it, but it almost might be like, hey, what if you're a fan of this? Like, we've never seen referees in normal street clothes. It's like seeing your school teacher in normal clothes outside of school. You're like, whoa, you're a Patriots fan or something? Like, that's what I wonder always. Like, are these guys obviously they're fans of football. Why else would they be doing it? So they might have fans, or they might be like, oh my God, I love Drake May so much. Like, I'm not going to give him those calls. Just, subconsciously, like in the back of his head, just thinking about that stuff.
You want to dig in on maybe zip codes? Where do they live? Where were they born?
I would like
your fandom.
Yeah.
If you're born in this state, you can't ref this state's game. If you live here currently, if you live in Boston, you can't ref the Patriots' current game. I don't know that that's being done in the NFL.
Imagine Big Lou. Big fan of the show. Him refereeing a Steelers-Baltimore game. What would happen in that game?
That would be crazy. Yeah, it'd be unacceptable. He would make every call for the Steelers. It would be every single situation for the Steelers.
Yeah. By the way, talking about investigations, next week, I committed. I'm ready to record our deep dive on the, what was it called? The sports,
Kawhi Leonard?
No, the thing I was talking about last week. Why can't I think of it right now? Hold on. I'm looking at my sheet here.
What have you been investigating?
The sports farm we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. We learned a lot more in the Keys. Everyone is betting on this. I was amazed last week or 2 weeks ago that people are betting on random sports at random times a day. It turns out everyone is doing this. Everyone in Key West was doing
this. It's crazy.
This.
Wait, they're gambling on sports farms?
Yeah, someone said they woke up at 6 a.m. and they're betting on badminton.
No, you know what? We found out that there are extreme gamblers in our friends' family that just gamble all the time and win $10,000 parlays, which I thought I gamble a lot. These people are like legitimately on DraftKings all day. When legal gambling hits, everybody becomes a bettor. And
Mike, we should have that person. We should have that person on the show to explain because there's two sides to every story. And we don't know if this particular gambler who's winning a lot of parlays is losing money because he's placing so many parlay bets. Or is he just hitting like 1 in 1,000, 1 in 500 parlays all the time because he's a great parlay hitter? We need to dig in on that. That's an investigation too.
We should have him on the show. Yeah. I'm next week. Maybe I'll record it myself. You know what I was thinking about? I might walk into the park, get my camera, and record something about sports farms. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the basketball court, play some basketball, and talk about sports farms. That's what I want to go do.
It is NBA season. That's great.
It is.
We'll be tuned in for that next week.
We'll see.
Sports
farm
investigation. My final thought on Josh Allen. We'll talk some more NFL. He had a quote before the game in an interview with ESPN. Speaking about his wife, Haley Steinfeld, who he said, is this going to hurt him on the field this year? Or is it going to help him on the field this year? We didn't know. I think we know. Haley Steinfeld has taught him, quote, maybe I am more than a football player.
Yeah.
This is bad news. You need to fade Josh the rest of the way. Sell your Bills Super Bowl tickets, which I do have, unfortunately. This man is not more than a football player. His identity should be quarterbacking the Buffalo Bills. And if he thinks he's anything more than that,
at least 10 more years.
He's not good enough to be the quarterback of the Bills because he's not going to win a Super Bowl if he thinks he's like a father, if he thinks he's like a boyfriend, a husband, all these things. It's like you can't be everything. You need to be the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills only.
I agree. We would never hear that out of Tom Brady's mouth.
Oh,
that he's
he divorced his wife and went to the Bucks. That's what he put first.
Yeah. His wife said, "Don't do it." He said, "Well, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go win a Super Bowl," and he did.
Yeah,
And that's what we
how
want.
Quarterbacks lead.
Yeah, we want you to lead. You don't have a family. It's football. Did you watch him? I watched that on the plane as well. I had a lot of flight
You watched
action.
a movie too?
Yeah, I watched a movie too.
I thought you watched Red Zone for 8 hours.
I had a lot of stuff going on. I watched him. I really wanted to watch him. It's that football movie.
I don't know it. No, what it's about.
I can't really describe it, but his speech, he goes, it's not God, family, and football. It's football, family, and God. That's like his speech. It's like, football's number one. That is what it's all about.
Josh Allen has never won a Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to win a Super Bowl by deprioritizing football. Deprioritizing.
Okay, so you are officially out on the Buffalo Bills. You will be fading them the rest of the season.
I don't know. I have a futures bet on him. Like, I'm rooting for him, but like, what do I do with it? I want to sell it for a few dollars, a few shekels, I think.
If you bet on Kalishi, which we need to get a partnership with Kalishi. If you bet on Kalishi, you can cash out anytime. Liquid
it's not
market,
betting,
baby.
Mike. It's predicting. Predicting.
It is. Yes. Sorry. Predicting.
By
the way,
we predict.
They're overtaking like MGM Sports and all this by the value of these companies. They're balling out right now with the predictive market. Like you can bet on anything.
Kalishi's already past MGM.
Yeah.
MGM has like casinos and hotels all around the world.
Yeah, those cost money. When you just gamble online, you have no overhead.
Costs. No overhead. Yeah. Wow. But these gambling companies don't make any money. I thought it was because of marketing spend, right?
They definitely make money. I mean, we listen. If sports farms can make money, Kalishi can make money.
I'm excited for the sports farms investigation.
I got a lot of data on it. It's actually kind of like sad. Like some of the information I found is like not good. Like they like hire like 15-year-olds to just go play sports and people gamble on them.
Well, the underbelly of all of our discussions is the addiction that people do have who like probably quit their jobs and lose their jobs so they can bet on sports farms, like lose their families. Like there's no doubt people out there. I hope that's part of your investigation. We need some sad stories.
I will try to get that in there too. But yeah, it is a crazy. Just remember, we were sitting there. We were getting ready with the groom in the room. All of us were in there, and his brother just showing us all of the bets and parlays.
So many
like,
wins.
no, I'm hitting this, and then they all argue. The whole family argues about it. But we'll get them on. We got to find out if this is real because I have never hit a parlay that made me $10,000 ever. That's
crazy, and he's doing it semi-regularly. It seems
he was gambling nonstop the whole time we were there.
During his brother's wedding.
Yeah.
So, Rich Friend, congrats on the wedding, but really we want to talk to Rich Friend's brother who gave a great speech, told some great stories, pulled at the heartstrings, very emotional. We want him to come on. He might be a better communicator than the guy who got married, actually.
Let's hope. Yeah, we'll see.
Another team, Mike, I just wanted to mention, the Steelers are 4-1. Are they for real? They finally have the odds to win the division. Shout out to Big Lou. Big Lou, I was driving your hungover son all around the Keys this weekend, even during the Steelers game, but the Steelers won easily, which I feel like never happens for them. They might actually be decent right now.
By the way, hopefully somebody took my alternative line of -10 for the Steelers last week because that hit, and they look good. You know what? I think Rodgers likes that Tomlin is his age. I like that. I think they're like together. They're kind of like in it together. They're old together. They have the same like stiff mindset where it's just like they don't want fucking around. It's just like, let's get to business. We're going to win games. There's no like arguments. I felt like with the Jets, when he was with the Jets, it felt like Rodgers was like trying to showboat and feel younger with all the young guys on the team. Here, pure business right now. Now, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but they're getting down to business right now.
No, definitely not winning the Super Bowl. Maybe they can win a division that lost Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and the other quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel. Maybe they can win a division like that. Maybe host a playoff game. We know how these things go. Even when they win the division, they're going to host the Chiefs or the Broncos, and it's going to be ugly. Maybe the Colts. Maybe Indiana Jones goes to Pittsburgh for a playoff game. I would take the Colts in that game. So to update us, Mike, Survivor, you have 1 entry left. I have 0 left. And then your picks. Correct. It seems like you're doing well.
Picks are doing good. So let's talk Road to 10K real quick. Road to 10K took Indy last week. They won barely. It was a scary game, but they won the game. So we're up to about $600 right now. Now, this is probably a mistake, but I was sitting around and I was like, it was Monday. We weren't going to record. You texted me earlier in the morning, like, I can't record. Like, I was up until 2 a.m.
Travel delays. Yeah, it's tough.
So I sat there and I was like, who do I want to bet? This week's pretty hard. Like, maybe Survivor. We might take New England or Denver or something. And then I saw Indy against the Chargers. and I said, I got to take Indy again.
No.
I'm going against the Chargers.
Mike, you've been riding Indy week after week, and it's been working, but they're on the road. You haven't taken them on the road yet.
Listen, this felt right. The odds were perfect. It was Monday, so it's still like people. You got to get on Clichy early because the markets get flooded midweek when people start betting. The odds change a lot.
Different than a line that moves late in the week. Kalishi moves early in the week.
Yeah, so I think it was like 58% chance of them winning or something like that. So my $600 turns into, I think, $1,100, $1,200. This will be the biggest odd bet that I have put this big capital on, which pushes us faster to the road to 10K. And also, it feels like a revenge game for me. It feels like the Chargers took me out of my $18 million circa contest. This is my revenge. Give me my money back. Win this game for me, Indy, against the Chargers. That's what I'm betting against this week.
This is a sketchy situation. Mike, what's the line? Are the Chargers the favorite in the game? Are you taking an underdog here? It's got to be pretty close. I think the line's got to be 2 or less.
The line is Indy plus 1.5.
So the Chargers minus 1.5. You're taking a road dog money line in your safe contest. You've been doing so safe and just getting high money lines and just extending it $100 out a week. You're going hard. Now, let's unpack this for just a moment. The Chargers are bad, bad, bad. Their fans were like all about being good when they were 3-0. They were contacting the hangover hotline. They were holding you hostage. They all stopped. It's really gone quiet. The hangover hotline, and as far as Chargers fans go, non-existent. They haven't been reaching out, shockingly.
That's true.
They were like 3-2 heading to Miami, and they almost lost to the Dolphins. Tua throws a game-winning touchdown pass with like 20 seconds left to Darren Waller, and me and mutual friend are like, you know we're cursed, you know we're bad, the Chargers will win the game. And sure enough, Justin Herbert escapes the pocket, throws it to Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey is shaking people out of their shoes with 5 seconds in regulation to get into field goal range. It was perfect. But without all that, the Chargers can't even beat the Dolphins. So yes, they're bad. But then look at the Colts, Mike. Indiana Jones has been so good all year, but what happened last week? Jacoby Brissett nearly beat him. Jacoby nearly neutralized him. The 33rd best quarterback in the world nearly went to Indianapolis and won the game.
Okay, let's talk about that game real quick. That is an unknown. When an unknown backup comes in, you don't really know. You have some game footage on him. You know some
He's
stuff.
very known, but he's not known this year, this week, this game.
In this system. We also can maybe agree Kyler maybe not into it too much. Kind of doesn't feel like he might be the right quarterback for the team.
Yeah,
Brissett,
agree.
Maybe he stays as number 1 if they can win a game.
I would do that.
I just think this week it feels like the matchup is better. I feel like I got the more elite quarterback. By the way, if you go on X or Twitter, my whole feed is flooded. Indiana Jones is breaking QBR rankings. Him and Sam Darnold are at like the top of QBR rankings.
Sam Darnold, we're like, no, he can't succeed in Seattle. Yes, he is succeeding in Seattle. He's getting it done.
Are we gonna get MVP odds on Sam Darnold here? Because he's doing pretty good. I might put some more money on him. I have MVP odds already on him, but Baker's kind of leading it. Yeah, I already do.
I actually didn't follow Sam Darnold to Seattle. I stuck with JJ McCarthy on MVP odds. That's not looking so good.
That's not looking
Shouldn't
good. By the way, when MVS, I forgot his real name.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
He is the MVP guy, and I don't know if you notice where he is right now, but he's in San Francisco with Mac Jones. He's on the field with Mac Jones.
Well, all the receivers are hurt. Everyone's hurt in San Francisco. Mac Jones is legit. 49ers fans, they haven't been a relevant team this year. We haven't talked about it much. Yeah. Where are the Brock Purdy fans right now? Where are the loyalists for Brock Purdy? You don't hear him as much anymore. When the Niners win a big game with Mac Jones, you just don't hear the hangover hotline ringing with Brock Purdy fans. Because, again, they're like Chargers fans. They don't exist when the lights go out on their guy. They just don't exist. We knew Brock Purdy was insufficient. We knew the Niners have been targeting Mac Jones forever. Listen, Bill Belichick was wasting Mac Jones' career in New England. We now understand those were wasted years for a lot of people. Mac Jones, good for him. I know you don't like his body. You think he's chubby and everything. Good for him.
Chubby. I mean, all right, so last week I was talking about my model. I was trying to build a model, doing all this stuff. I built a full model for this week, and there's a website, which maybe I'll give out. Maybe I'll put in like the podcast notes or something.
Yeah.
But I sent it to you, and it has all the scores, has key stats, key injuries, over under, and even gives best bets included in the game. So I have all of this right here. So I have scores, final scores, and I'm going to see how accurate it is. Now, would you consider accuracy if a team is here like the Tampa versus Detroit? The final score will be 31-28, Monday night, doubleheader on ESPN.
Wow,
if Tampa wins by if it's 27-21, does that consider a win for the model, or is the model off because of the score? Does it need to be more accurate with the score, or just a win?
No, it is really hard to predict final scores of NFL games. There are people out there who are betting apparently on this and betting large amounts of money because you win a lot, but it's really hard to do. I've seen some tickets where people are betting $25 per final score, which to me is crazy because what are the chances you even come close to it? No, the final score doesn't matter as much. If they're within the ballpark of the score, if they hit the line, in that game, it's Bucks plus 5.5. So if the Bucks win the game, to me, the model got it right because they covered, and your model has the Bucks winning. Now that one's interesting. I was going to go through here and pick out a few interesting ones. That's one because the Lions are a 5.5 point favorite. They're much better at home. Your model has Baker going on the road and winning. Baker's been an MVP this year. He's the favorite for MVP. He's doing it with no one around him. He had loaded offensive weapons. They all went away. Abuka's out. Evans has been out. Godwin's out. Bucky's out. It's all Baker, and it's really impressive.
Any other stand out to you? I mean, it also gives you the key reasons why Baker MVP level play. Brian Branch is suspended. Tampa's 3-0 against the spread on the road this season. So it's giving you key data, facts, trends and stuff. Also, trends to me lately, I don't want to listen to them anymore. I feel all these trends, mutual friend, I'm hey, we got to play Pittsburgh tomorrow night on Thursday. I feel it's a great spot. Tomlin was just talking shit about Flacco going to Cincinnati, how much of a joke it is. Yeah. And I felt this is a great, Tomlin never talks shit. You got to take him when he's ready to talk shit. But the model does like the Steelers to win 27-20, and they like Pittsburgh covering the 5.5 spread.
Which makes sense, but it's going to be a little close there. So that does make sense. One that does jump out to me is Sunday Night Football. The Falcons are going to San Francisco. They just played the Bills Monday night. They woke up on Tuesday morning, took the day off, and said, we love that win. We're feeling good about ourselves. All of a sudden, I talk about this all the time. They're flying from Atlanta to San Francisco to play a game on Saturday. Mike, how was your flight from Florida to L.A.? It's fucking long.
First of all, they're flying a little differently than we are. They're not.
I thought you were doing upgrades on American Airlines.
Only for one of the 4 legs did we do an upgrade. That was only one leg of the whole trip.
That's not enough for your wife. That's not enough upgrades.
You can't get an upgrade from Key West to Miami to Key West.
No, there's no first class. There's no first class there. Wait, so that jumps out as being an issue. Your model has Atlanta winning the game outright, and I just don't see that happening in San Francisco.
Atlanta 27, San Francisco 23. This one is not only, so you see the little icons next to it, the money and the fire. If you go down to the legend over here, high confidence play, strong value right there.
Which is high confidence? The fire?
The fire, high confidence.
High confidence the Falcons go on the road. I just feel like they're feeling too good midweek, and they're not going to be ready for that. The model has confidence in the Cowboys beating the Commanders. Lots of upsets the model's pulling, Mike.
I know.
Are you comfortable with this amount of upsets?
What do you think about Bijan running 238 yards last week? He was running all over the place. Does he do it again? He seemed
San Francisco doesn't allow that, right? They just don't do that.
Look at the key injuries here. We got Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. They're both out for the season.
Is Bosa out for the season?
I mean, that's what the model's saying. Hopefully
we
got the right info here.
Diamond in the rough. Do I see a diamond in the rough? The Panthers go to New York and beat the Jets. Is that a diamond? What's that mean on the legend? This is fun.
Panthers. Yeah, New York Jets. Yeah, that's real value. That's the best underdog value you can take.
The diamond pick of the week. I like that. Wow.
You like that? Panthers 23, Jets 17. Carolina covers the
I'm keeping this with me. You're sending this out in the podcast description. People can monitor this on Sunday because Monday when we jump on to record, the model's in the hot seat. We're leading with the model, Mike.
We'll lead with the model. We'll see how it does. So I'll put some of these in our best bets email right after our podcast email.
Put the diamond in for sure. Panthers.
Oh, yeah. This will all be in there. But from the model, I have one best bet this week. It is a money line parlay. I am taking the Steelers, the Panthers, KC, Seahawks, and the Patriots. Money line parlay. Put some money on there. you win some money.
Is that the confidence rankings on here? You have the Panthers in your best bets?
Yeah, I have the Panthers in my best bet.
Holy shit. You're trusting the model right away. The model also has the Vikings going to Philadelphia and winning straight up. Yeah. The model has a lot of upsets this week. So, folks, if you're watching on Sunday and all the favorites are winning, Mike's model, no good. But if we jump on and it's upset city, Mike, you may have cracked the code here. I'm so excited for the outcome.
So, to give you confidence in the model, how many correct wins does it need to have confidence? Is it like 9 out of, how many games are this weekend? 14 maybe? Is it like 9 out of 14? Something like that?
14 with some bye weeks. Say there's 14. Yeah, so 7 is a coin flip. We have to be better than a coin flip. We have to be better than the monkey. We have to be better than the kid in Key West. We have to do better than that.
The kid in Key West.
But we can't expect like too much. You can't expect to go 10-4. So I'm going to say better than 500. A winning record is all that I'm required. All that's required. Okay. Winning record. I trust the model going forward.
And now, can we also consider a winning record if it covers spreads? Because there could be a Buccaneers, they're saying they could win, but they're also saying Tampa covers the line at 5.5 here. So
yeah, but the way it's giving us scores, it's like they're telling you who's going to win the game straight up. Like they're not shying away from it. So I think we should trust the model, right? Trust the model's win losses as well. If you want to do a little math equation and see if they cover the spread, you could do that too.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. We have all these games here. We won't go through them all, but you can look at it. See, you could maybe bet.
It has Falcons, Cowboys, Panthers, lots of upsets.
You know, but doesn't it make you like when you look at this, you're like, huh, if this is real, it could be. I mean, as real as it could be, but
it could be real.
That's all I got.
I don't know about the Colts in LA. Just say that at the end too. I don't know.
Right, cool. Right.
You should go to the game. Root on your money for in person.
I don't need to go to the game. All
right, Survivor. Do we still advise people on that? It's the Chiefs.
Yeah, I got.
If you don't take the Chiefs, you're not doing it right.
I have. So here's my thing about Survivor. We can talk about Survivor real quick.
Mike, it's getting.
We
dark
have
here.
to us. What?
It's getting dark here. Did you notice?
I didn't notice. It got really dark back there.
It's winter. Winter's coming.
So what we're noticing in this pool that we're in, hopefully no one's listening to this that's in the pool. There are 43 people left, I think, in the pool, or 43 picks. KC is the obvious pick. In these small pools, I feel like we have to go kind of less. I don't want to say like less sharp, but in a way we have to go off the beaten path to maybe win it because everybody is going on the most favorite this week, right? So KC, you could say this is the number one choice. I would say at least 40% of the people are going to be on KC. We have Denver available to us on this line of picks. We didn't play Denver on this Survivor pick yet. So we're thinking, well, Denver could be a good one, but then
who are they playing, Mike?
Who are they playing?
Who are they playing, Mike?
Are they playing the Dolphins?
No.
Oh, no.
Has this team ever hurt you? Has this team ever hurt you before? Have the Giants ever stolen your heart?
And now what we realized is that wasn't Denver in another country last week?
London.
They were in another country. Are they in New York or in Denver?
Wait, they didn't get a week off? I thought you always get a week off after you go to Europe.
They didn't get a week off.
My God.
I just feel like this could be the play. It's a scary play, but we have them available. If we want to win the pool, we got to go off the beaten path. Because you can see, if people are taking Buffalo or Washington on Monday night, they lost. Any of these teams now can lose, and that's the scary part about it. Yeah. This one feels like Denver's got good defense. They shut down Justin Fields, who threw negative 10 yards. And now we have
Jackson Dart is not that. Jackson Dart is playing with confidence. Jackson Dart beat the Eagles and then had a weekend to bask in the glory and get back to work. Extra preparation time. If you take the Broncos with your last pick in Survivor, you're telling your audience that you don't care about Survivor. You're telling everyone you don't care. If you do this again, you got burned by Jackson Dart. The Broncos played in London. We just talked about Atlanta to San Francisco being a long flight. London to Denver without a bye? What are they doing to these people?
I don't know. That's the hesitation to this. But that's what's available to us. And Pittsburgh is also another one that's available. We think it would be an easy play, but it's a division Thursday night game, short week.
Thursday night's tough.
Thursday night stuff.
I got one for you, Mike. You haven't even said it.
All right, give it to me.
And I targeted this one. Now, if I was in Survivor, truly, I'd probably stick with the Chiefs. But there's a team that's looking pretty good. Playing at home, coming off a big win improving against one of the worst teams in the league, the Bears against the Saints. You have to do it. Caleb Williams is not the guy you thought he was. He's 3-3. He's a top 10 fantasy quarterback. He's covering games. Mike, the Bears against the Saints is the sharp play.
I can't do it. I hate Caleb Williams so much. I believe in Rattler more than I believe in Caleb Williams. That's how much I hate.
You're not watching the game then. Caleb came back and beat Jaden Daniels. That's
I didn't watch the game. I was watching Buffalo. I thought I was going to win $100, okay?
Me too.
I didn't care about that game. I was like, I could care less about Caleb. There's no way I can play the Bears. I have no confidence. I just feel like they could be up and down. It could be you're the best team or you're the worst team, and I don't know what week you're going to show up. And it just depends if Caleb gets one wrong hit, he gets moody. He's like a Jay Cutler. He'll just get moody and upset on the sidelines, and then you know the game is over. If you see a look of Caleb on the sidelines and he looks pouty, just bet the other side, no matter what the score is.
The Hangover Hotline is open. Comment down below. Who do you trust more this week on Sunday?
Rattler.
The Bears against the Saints or the Broncos against the Giants? Please tell us who you trust more. Please don't listen to Mike blindly. Please consider my selection as well. And if you still have the Chiefs, you should probably take them too.
All right, good show. Check out thesportshangover.com. Subscribe to us on our Substack. I will be putting some of the model information out there. But subscribe to us on Substack. You get everything in your email. Makes it all super easy. All right, see you.